In the 100+ years of filmmaking and thousands of years of storytelling, there are really only 4 ways to end a story. In today's video, we'll cover one of these endings with an Oscar-winning script by Aaron Sorkin.
Allow me. Excuse me 1 second. What sound is he making? It's not like a tisk. Like a glottal stop.
Good one.
I'm really happy I ended up here. That's exactly what I wanted.
And directed by David Fincher.
And action.
He's wired in.
Oh, is he?
Yes.
How about now? You still wired in?
The Social Network. And at the end of the video, we'll provide a free downloadable worksheet to help you plot out your ending.
Welcome to Facebook.
This is part 4 of The 4 Endings in Every Film. The Bittersweet Ending. In the last video, we saw Charlie Babbitt achieve his need.
It's funny, I just realized I'm not pissed off anymore. My father cut me out of his will.
While sacrificing his want in a semi-sweet ending.
I like having you for my big brother.
But this time, we'll lay out Mark Zuckerberg's path of destruction.
This doesn't need to be that difficult.
I'm currently in the middle of 2 different lawsuits.
Let's gut the freaking nerd.
I'm afraid if you don't come out here, you're gonna get left behind.
Leading to a bittersweet end. We've imported the screenplay into Studio Binder, so we can highlight the necessary plot and character beats that create such a pitiful and poignant ending. Now, in constructing a protagonist in either a positive or negative change arc, you need to establish what writer K.M. Weiland calls the lie the character believes. As she explains, your character is incomplete on the inside.
I'll let you know how the party is.
He is harboring some deeply held misconception about either himself, the world, or probably both. This misconception is the quote-unquote lie. It is the lie that often inspires the character's want. So let's meet Mark Zuckerberg and see if we can spot the lie he believes.
Of course, an awful lot of people live in China, but here's my question. How do you distinguish yourself in a population of people who all got 1,600 on their SATs?
I didn't know they take SATs in China.
They don't. I wasn't talking about China anymore. I was talking about me.
You got a 1,600?
Yes, I could sing.
Our introduction to Mark reveals an extremely intelligent individual who also happens to be extremely insecure. In fact, look at Sorkin's initial description of Mark on page 1. A sweet-looking 19-year-old whose lack of any physically intimidating attributes masks a very complicated and dangerous anger. This is our first clue to understanding Mark's lie, which is revealed along with his want on page 5.
I'm just saying I need to do something substantial in order to get the attention of the clubs.
Why?
Because they're exclusive and fun, and they lead to a better life.
Mark's want is to do something to get the attention of the final clubs. The lie he believes is that living an elite and exclusive life will bring him personal fulfillment. Like his earlier dialogue suggests, Mark knows his stellar IQ alone won't help him achieve the social status and the better life he so desires.
If I get in, I will be taking you to the events and the gatherings, and you'll be meeting a lot of people you wouldn't normally get to meet.
Well, I want to try and be straightforward with you and let you know that we're not anymore.
What do you mean?
We're not dating anymore, I'm sorry.
Is this a joke?
No, it's not.
You're breaking up with me?
For every lie, there is a truth, and it is the truth that defines the character's need. Erica reveals the truth to Mark on page 8.
I think we should be.
You are probably going to be a very successful computer person. But you're going to go through life thinking that girls don't like you because you're a nerd. And I want you to know from the bottom of my heart that that won't be true. It'll be because you're an asshole.
Mark's need is to recognize that it is his own insecure and selfish personality that is preventing him from happiness and personal fulfillment. But will Mark be able to reject this lie and embrace the truth? This breakup propels Mark to blindly and aggressively pursue his want. Weiland describes this as a fall arc, in which the protagonist will reject every chance for embracing the truth and will fall more and more deeply into the morass of his own sins, usually dragging others right along with him. Mark's fall begins immediately on page 10. Mark's first victim is Erica.
Erica Albright's a bitch. Do you think that's because her family changed their name from Albrecht? Or do you think it's because all BU girls are bitches?
During a revenge-fueled hacking session, Mark creates Face Mash and leaves a trail of victims and destroyed relationships along the way. But it also attracted the attention of Divya and the Winklevoss twins on page 26.
You guys hear about this?
What?
The exact elites that Mark was hoping to impress.
2 nights ago, a sophomore choked the network from the laptop of Kirkland.
Really?
At 4 a.m.
How much activity was there on this thing? 22,000 page requests.
22,000?
Cam, this guy hacked a Facebook of 7 houses.
You know what I think?
Way ahead of you.
This is our guy.
Mark? You Mark Zuckerberg?
Yeah.
Cameron Winklevoss.
Hi.
Tyler Winklevoss.
You guys related?
It's good. Funny. Never heard that before.
So what can I do for you?
We have an idea we want to talk to you about. You got a minute? So you ever been inside the Porcellian?
No.
All right, we understand we can't take you past the bike room because you're not a member.
I've heard.
Want a sandwich or something?
Okay. Mark, right?
Yeah.
Mark, this is
On page 34, they hire Mark to help develop their social networking site.
We have something that we've been working on for a while, and we think it's great. It's called the Harvard Connection. You create your own page, interest, bio, friends, pics, and then people can go online, see your bio, request.
Yeah, how is that different from MySpace or Friendster?
Harvard.edu. Harvard EDU is the most prestigious email address in the country. The whole site's kind of based on the idea that girls, not to put anything in delicately,
Girls want to give the guys who go to Harvard.
Tivia and my brother don't have trouble putting things in delicate. The main difference between what we're talking about and MySpace or Friendster or any of those other social networking sites
Is exclusivity. Right.
Right.
Remember, to get the attention of the final clubs,
I'm just saying I need to do something substantial in order to get the attention of the clubs.
Mark wanted to do something big to distinguish himself from the crowd.
We would need you to build the site, write the code, and we'll provide all the...
I'm in.
What?
I'm in.
It's at this point that Mark's want is crystallized to create the most exclusive and prestigious social network.
Awesome.
That's what you said?
It was 3 or 4 years ago. I don't know what I said.
Working on the Winklevoss' site would have achieved that, but Mark wants all the glory for himself.
I'm talking about taking the entire social experience of college and putting it online.
It would be exclusive.
Well, that's good. Eduardo, it's like a final club, except we're the president. We'll split it 70-30. 70 for me, 30 for you for putting up $1,000 and for handling everything on the business end. You're CFO.
And you said?
I said, let's do it.
And on page 57, Tyler, Cameron, and Divya discover that they've been bulldozed by Mark on his path to success.
Okay. I just wanted to let you know that Zuckerberg stole our website. Mark Zuckerberg? He stole our website. It's been live for more than 36 hours.
Erica?
Hi.
I saw you from over there. I didn't know you came to this club.
On page 77, Mark runs into Erica, who once again tries in vain to get Mark to recognize his need to be a better person.
I'd love to talk to you alone. If we could just go someplace.
Right here is fine.
I don't know if you heard about this new website I launched.
No.
The Facebook.
You called me a bitch on the internet, Mark.
That's why I wanted to talk to you. If we
On
could just...
the internet.
That's why I came over.
Comparing women to farm animals.
I didn't end up doing that.
It didn't stop you from writing it. As if every thought that tumbles through your head was so clever it would be a crime for it not to be shared. I was nice to you. Don't torture me for it.
If we could just go somewhere for a minute.
I don't want to be rude to my friends.
Instead, in petulant frustration, he doubles down.
We have to expand.
Now, we've reached a story beat called the midpoint.
Expanding to Yale and Columbia. Dustin, I want you to share the coding work with me.
In a negative change arc, Weiland describes the midpoint as such: when the character experiences a blindingly clear revelation that will see him launching himself into the second half with a series of strong lie-based actions. Mark's revelation?
He's here.
I'm Sean Parker.
Meeting Sean Parker on page 100, who is living proof of the lie Mark believes.
You guys don't have anything in front of you. No. Tori, you were waiting.
Hey, baby boy.
Can you pronounce some things? The lacquered pork with that ginger confit, tuna tartare, and the lobster claws. That'll get us started.
From that point on, it was a Shaunathon.
This is no time to take your chips down. $1 million isn't cool. You know what's cool?
You?
$1 billion. That shut everybody up.
On page 116, Mark moves the operation to California without Eduardo.
You came to California. Yeah. You made the right choice.
Sean emboldens Mark to pursue his want with reckless abandon.
This is our time. This time, you're gonna hand him a business card that says, "I'm CEO." That's what I want for you.
Leaving his co-founder and friend, Eduardo, behind.
So where the hell is Eduardo?
What's up?
If Sean Parker represents the lie, Eduardo is the truth Mark needs to embrace.
You want to talk to me alone for a minute?
Sure.
But he doesn't. According to Weiland, a critical aspect of any negative change arc is that the lie is connected to something the character already possesses but devalues. In this case, Mark's friendship and partnership with Eduardo. On page 134, Mark has allowed Sean to essentially replace Eduardo. The lie has replaced the truth.
I do not want that guy representing himself as part of this company.
You gotta move out here, Eduardo. This is where it's all happening.
Did you hear what I just
The
said?
connections, the energy. Mark, you got it. I'm afraid if you don't come out here, you're gonna get left behind. I need you out here. Please don't tell him I said that.
What did you just say?
It's moving faster than any of us ever imagined it would. It's moving
did you-
fast.
what did
It's
you
moving
mean?
fast, and Sean.
This is the real tragedy of Mark's insatiable quest, the fallout with Eduardo.
He set up meetings all over town.
Set up other meetings?
Yes.
Without me knowing anything about...
You're in New York.
I'm in New York riding subways 14 hours a day trying to find
And
advertisers.
how's it going so far?
Weiland continues, there will be one objectively good thing in his life, and he'll be willing to sacrifice this good thing to pursue the false promise of the lie.
I was your only friend. Yet one friend.
Which is exactly what happens to Mark as his betrayal is detailed throughout the deposition scenes.
What else did the email say?
It said that we had to have a business meeting.
And on page 146, Eduardo is ambushed.
I didn't know whether to dress for the party or for the business meeting, so I kind of dressed for both. But it didn't matter,
Why not?
because I wasn't called out there for either one.
What were you called out there for?
An ambush. What is this?
Well, as you know, we had some new investors that have come in.
What is this?
Mr. Sapp.
Mark!
He's wired in.
Sorry?
He's wired in.
Is he?
Yes.
How about now? You still wired in?
Call security.
You issued 24 million new shares of stock.
You were told that if new investors
How
came
much
along...
were your shares diluted? How much were his?
Then he puts Mark's betrayal into real numbers.
What was Mr. Zuckerberg's ownership share diluted down to?
It wasn't.
What was Mr. Moskowitz's ownership share diluted down to?
It wasn't.
What was Sean Parker's ownership share diluted down to?
It wasn't.
What was Peter Thiel's ownership share diluted down to?
It wasn't.
And what was your ownership share diluted down to?
0.03%.
signed the papers.
You set me up.
This shocking revelation sums up the depths Mark was willing to sink to on his way to achieving his want.
It won't be like you're not a part of Facebook. You're not a part of Facebook.
My name's on the masthead.
You might want to check again.
It's because I froze the account?
You think we were gonna let you parade around in your ridiculous suits pretending you were running this company?
Sorry! My Prada's at the cleaners! Along with my hoodie and my you flip-flops, you pretentious douchebag!
Security's here. You'll be leaving now?
I'm not signing those papers.
We will get the signature.
In his unrelenting pursuit for his wants, which Mark achieves, he destroyed his ability to obtain what he actually needs: meaningful relationships and acceptance. And realized that his elite status is not a guarantee for personal fulfillment.
Mark? Mark? We're done for the day.
Yeah, I was just sitting here.
Weiland suggests that the closing scene in this type of arc should drive home the character's final state. In the final scene, Marilyn brings Mark's need full circle.
You're not an asshole, Mark. You're just trying so hard to be.
And we watch Mark perhaps realize that maybe she's right. Here, on the last page, alone, Mark makes a final gesture that hints at the possibility of redemption. But we leave him solemnly waiting for a response that might never come. The great irony is that Mark created a platform for connecting people, but failed to become a person who could make any meaningful connections of his own. Bittersweet endings and negative change arcs can be highly effective when you write a protagonist who refuses to change and leaves a trail of victims in their wake. Remember, when writing your ending, you must consider all the criteria for both wants and needs to ensure a compelling ending. In the description, you'll find a free downloadable worksheet where you can plot these out for your characters. Understanding how these 4 endings work will help ensure that you've found the most satisfying ending.
Go home, Sean.
Now, let's be friends. Hit subscribe and ring the bell to join Studio Binder's social network. Until next time, logging out.